Fall is in the air.
And we have 6 quilts that you'll just fall in love with. Hi, it's Fran Morgan.
And Donna Robertson with Fabric Café.
Fall is finally here. We're heading into the season of pumpkins, cider, and crunchy leaves underfoot.
So to celebrate this change of season, we have 6 fall-themed quilts that will get you raring to quilt. Let's look at the first one. Now this is Pavilion, and Pavilion is a great double focus quilt. It is showing off 2 awesome prints. And it's a 1 block. You just make 2 different colorways, as you see here. You rotate your blocks, they come together and make these adorable little 4 patches. Let's see what it looks like in some great fall-themed fabrics. Wait till you get to see the fabric we have for this quilt. It is so elegant. It is, I love my job. I love my job. I get to look at beautiful fabric all the time and share it with you, all of my quilting friends. So this is amazing. Look at this pumpkin fabric. Isn't that really beautiful? I mean, it has the leaves, it has the pumpkins, and Fran and I were discussing it right before. We have the cotton bowls, and if I'm saying that right, I am from the South, I should know how to say it, but it's just so fun and different.
Yes.
It's really nice.
It's a good combination of a flower, the leaves, the pumpkins, a few little berries in here. It's great.
It is awesome.
So pretty.
And that's going to go everywhere you see this floral on the quilt. It's going to look so fun with that. Then our number 2, we wanted to keep it simple and elegant in the same way, but not in, we have 2 busy prints, so we didn't want it to be too busy.
Distracting.
So it really is elegant with the swirls and that cream. It is just so fun. So that's our number 2. It's going to be that wonderful background that helps you to see the design of the quilt. And it's very important that your number 1 and 3 contrast a whole lot. So here's our number 3. It's great, and I'm going to show you how wonderful those 2 look and how you get that contrast. So the secret to that contrast is you're going to make all of these little 4 patches, and it's really going to show up that you've got that 1 and 3.
It's cool how that 4 patch is made because it's just the corner of the block, and when you put all your blocks together, boom, you've got one.
And it's such a fun, simple block to make. It'll go together so fast.
Yes. And I love that our number 3 is printed because we have a nice big area here to show that print off. So it's kind of cool.
It is going to be one beautiful quilt, but let's quit talking about it and show you an image. Love it.
Oh, it's so good.
That is so wonderful. It just has the right vibe for a fall quilt.
It really does.
And I still remember when I was a little girl, I loved to walk through the leaves and crunch the leaves. And it's just brings back so much memory and the nostalgia.
And the sound and the,
So fall's so fun. So this is a gorgeous quilt. It's going to bring back those memories for you.
It really is. And this is such a fun quilt to make. If you would like to see this pattern in different fabrics, then be sure to check out our challenge video. This video, several of the quilters in the office all made their own version of this quilt, and they all turned out so differently. It's very interesting and very fun.
Yes, you've got to watch that video. And this kit is called Bountiful Blessings. It's the Pavilion pattern from the Double Focus 3-yard quilts.
Now this is our Mayfair pattern, and I really love it. It really has a nice bold area here for a bright focus fabric. And what's cool is the focus fabric is separated with the number 3 fabric right here that borders this focus fabric. So you could put a printed fabric in your number 2 position because of this separation. Now this is an easy block. It's a 1 block. We actually have the block right here, and you've got these little bits in the corners, and when they come together, they create this cool diamond. And to top it all off and to make it even better, this pattern comes with instructions for placemats and a table runner, which is going to be perfect for the fall fabric we're about to show you. You know, every once in a while, I wish we could just invite all of you to come in our studio so you can see this firsthand, because this is striking. We have a large floral print and the most beautiful spicy tones of fall, the oranges and the golds and the greens, and it's all outlined in metallic. That gold just kind of glistens on the flower petals.
It's just like the sun whenever it hits the flowers, and that little edge of the flower just turns to gold.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And I think part of what makes this fabric really so striking, other than metallic and just the fact that it's beautiful art, is it's on a black background, so it really pops and really helps it come forward. Now our focus fabric is going to be in the middle of all of our blocks here. We do have just a little half square triangle in each of the corners and a little on the border. So it is going to be showcased and framed so perfectly with our number 3. Now for our number 2 fabric, and we chose to keep our 2 and 3 fabrics a little bit more simple and plain so that our focus really had its day, which I think in this case, it's going to have its day.
You want this beautiful metallic fabric to really stand out.
Yes.
So I think that's a great choice to do it that way.
So we have a beautiful cream here, and it has sprinkles of metallic gold on it, which is perfect because it's going to coordinate. That is going to go everywhere you see the blue here, as well as the little diamond here that's the joining of our corners. So that's going to be perfect. We are going to frame all of this together with this gorgeous kind of red. It's got some light reds, some dark reds, all covered in metallic.
It's gorgeous. Look
fantastic.
At it up against that focus fabric. Isn't that beautiful?
So this is going to frame that focus right here around the edge, and then we have a little on our half square triangles here, little on our border. All right, we're going to stop talking because I'm in love with this fabric for this quilt. So pretty. I mean, it is striking.
It is. I love that.
It is just gorgeous. And I think it's very interesting how the number 2 fabric in this case is that cream metallic, and it just really, talk about doing its job. That number 2 really helps the focus fabric and the number 3 pop forward.
But I love the way the number 3 fabric is pointing your eye into the center of the quilt. It's like directing you. And the center of the show is this beautiful fabric.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty. It is just gorgeous. Okay. Now, Mayfair is a great pattern. It's a 1 block, but what if half square triangles just aren't your thing?
Well, you know that you can use 3 yards to do any one of our patterns. It will work. So let's take a look at this kit in something else. Same fabric, different pattern is sugar pie. Isn't that cute?
Oh, it turned out great.
It did. And there are no half square triangles, but you get that same kind of a movement. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to show off this beautiful fabric.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So, half square triangles, no half square triangles. It'll
It's
work.
your choice. That's right. We love it. All right, let's get you the kit information on this gorgeous kit. It's called Harvest Bouquet, and it is our Mayfair pattern from the Make It Home with 3-Yard Quilts.
Now this great quilt is called It's a Snap. It has such great movement, and it makes it look like your blocks are just cascading down your quilt, just like that. You get this effect by making 3 different blocks that are all made very simply with strip assembly units and rectangles. Now, you just rotate the blocks, and that's what gives you this awesome movement. It's as simple as that. So, let's look at some great fabric. Now, I have to admit that It's a Snap is one of my favorite quilts. I still remember when I designed it, I was just so excited. I felt so accomplished.
And you know, it's paid off because I know it's one of the quilts that a lot of people really love and make a lot.
This is a tossed fabric. And we want to encourage you to steer clear of those directional fabrics because with this pattern, these blocks get turned every which way. So it looks best if you just steer clear of those directional fabrics and pick a beautiful tossed fabric. And so this is the number 1 fabric, and it's going to go everywhere you see these blue medallions. So that will be in this section. We also have a little peek of it out here on the border. So that kind of gives it a little bit more interest out there.
And this is a fun fabric for fall because it kind of has an artistic flair, almost like the fairies were out painting all the leaves, the fall colors, and they accidentally kind of splattered on the background. That's what I think of.
I
can
love
just
your imagination.
see all of that. I mean, they're like out there at night doing it.
I guess you could tell I used to tell her fairy tale stories.
still love them, okay?
I love them, and I love that you're making up your own.
Oh, but that's what it makes me think of.
It does. I hadn't thought of that, but now I do,
So-
and it's gorgeous.
So pretty.
Now, for our number 2, we kept it super simple. It's important that it has high contrast between the 1 and the 3, and it's going to be your background, so that number 1 and 3 really show up. You can really see that cascading effect that's going to go on. And then for our number 3, we picked another gorgeous fabric. This is a great way to do a double focus. You could actually use the same, you know how a lot of fabrics have 2 different fabrics that are done, maybe one in black and one in a cream or something like that, but they match. So you could do that very easily. It's a great double focus quilt. And
This
the
is
number,
fun fabric.
yeah, it is fun. And this has all the colors that are in the leaves. Look at that. It's got the greens, it's got the burgundies. It is beautiful. So they just painted some circles instead of leaves.
Well,
in
they
this
went
case.
back and did the tile floor because they made such a mess.
You are so funny. The number 3 fabric is going to go everywhere you see the blue. It's also going to be out on the border and your binding, so it makes a really fun, interesting border there. And let's look at the image. It's gorgeous.
Oh, I
just
love it.
gorgeous. I like it.
Yes, and okay, so the unity here is the color, which I think is very cool. And having the 2 different textures, the leaves and the little medallions, I think really kind of gives it some contrast between the 2, which it needs, which is perfect.
Yes, I really like that too. And that wonderful creamy yellow that's in the background, it kind of looks like that fall sunset sun. You
Yes.
know, it's like the sun kind of dampens down a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect combination to create a quilt that you're going to love. This is called Autumn in Motion, and it's a Snap pattern from the Pretty Darn Quick book.
Now, our Manhattan quilt has a big area for a nice full yard panel or a very, very large print. Now, it's very easy to make up because first, this is a big space, which when you cut that, that's going to save you a ton of time. Now, we've also put 3 blocks in the corners right here. We've just rotated these blocks to make this really cool design. And you know how it is. When you start making blocks and you kind of get in the rhythm, it's going to go super fast. Now, our borders here and on the side are just made with strip piecing, and so you know that's going to go super fast too, so that's going to be super. Now, if you would like a more in-depth look at how this pattern is made, be sure to check out our tutorial where we share all about it. Now, let's get this on the table and check out our fun fall fabric. Now, I think we have something really, really special for our Manhattan pattern for the fall. It is so, so pretty. You can see we have this big pumpkin that has been beautifully decorated with our little chipmunk and our quail and our big sunflowers. It is so pretty and rich. So like I said, this is a full yard panel and it's gonna go into the center of our Manhattan pattern perfectly. Now, we have chosen a printed number 2 fabric. This fabric picks up, of course, all the colors in our number 1 fabric, and it's gonna go where the gold is here. And I wanna point out, as you'll see, and you'll see this in the image as well, this is gonna be great for the borders, but this number 2 does not set right beside our focus fabric, so it works really, really well.
Yeah, that does. That separation really does make it stand out, so you can see the print without it interfering with that center.
Yes, correct. So for our number 3, we did go more simple and we picked up that rich red. It's a tone-on-tone texture, so it's very subtle. It's gonna read like a solid, and that is gonna go everywhere the blue is. And this is gonna go right beside the panel. So you'll be able to see how it's gonna pick up the colors and frame that panel so, so beautifully.
Gorgeous.
So I really like this combination. And wow, you see what I mean about the number 3 fabric being against the panel so it frames it perfectly.
Yes. And that number 2, the way that you've designed it, really shows off that number 2 fabric as a great accent.
It really, really does. I like that there's a little bit more space at the top and the bottom of the quilt with those wider borders up there, so really show that off. And I think the piece blocks on the corner of the quilt really add some interest as well. I just think it's,
Well, it looks like a fancy frame.
it does.
Yeah.
I just love it. I can see this hanging on the wall during fall time.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is truly a piece of art.
It is. That's one of the things I love about panels.
Yes.
It makes your quilts just truly a work of art.
It's gorgeous. All right, let me get you the kit information on this. It is called Golden Thicket. It is the Manhattan pattern from the Panel Perfect 3-Yard Quilts book.
Now, Fandango is a pattern with so much possibility. First of all, the stitch and flip block that's here is just a great big area that you could show off a secondary focus fabric, or you could do a little embroidery in there as well. And these blocks make a great twirling movement. So you will be able to give your eyes lots to look at. Plus, you can use directional fabrics in either your 1 or your number 2 position. Now let's put it on the table and we'll talk about some great fabric that we have for you. Now we have Fandango on the table and we have the cutest, sweetest forest animals to show you. And we're doing this like a double focus because we fell in love so much with the animals.
Yes, they're so sweet, and they're like mamas and babies on there too. I think
Yes,
that's so cute.
and no matter which kind of forest animal you like the best, we've got hedgehogs and we've got squirrels and
raccoons and
yeah,
fox.
they're so cute. So the number 1 fabric is on a dark red, and it's going to go everywhere that you see in the middle of these squares and out on the border. And then the number 2 is a repeat of those in a light cream background. They are just precious. They're going to go in this number 2 position, which is that lighter color. And we went very, very simple with the number 3. It kind of has a leafy texture. You know how in the fall it starts turning colors and you get double colors in your leaves. It's so pretty. And it's perfect. It picks up the orangey color that's in the other 2 fabrics, the focus and the number 2. So it's going to be great, and it's going to border here, and it's also going to be out on the border of the quilt. And you can see how much movement comes about with those 2 focus fabrics.
I love it.
I like it too.
I mean, that alternate block with the number 2 has such a nice large area that this really, really works. But we've put such contrast, even though it's the exact same print of fabric, with the 2 different, a dark background, a light background. Wow.
It just has so much interest, and I like the way the number 1 is on the number 2 fabric block, and it causes that twirly look that's going on with the Fandango.
Yes. It's like they're spinning.
Yeah, I really like that a lot. And this fabric is so cute. You might want to see it in another pattern. So let's look at this one. I love
Wow, it's still so cute. And I love the way the number 3 borders each of the 1 and 2 to really give each their special space.
Yes. Now the cool thing about this pattern is this is just tossed animals on here, but you can make the So Fast pattern with the directional fabric if you want to, if you keep it in that number 1 spot.
You just can't lose. I mean, these fabrics look so great in these patterns.
And we say it over and over. Any 3 yards will look great in any 3-yard pattern. Yeah, absolutely.
Very cute.
I like it. Which one do you like best? Tell
let
us
us
in the
know.
comments
Yeah.
section. Now this kit is called Critter Glen. It's the Fandango pattern from Make It Modern with 3-Yard Quilts.
Now, if you're looking for a pattern that you can make in no time at all, Lickity Split is your option. Now, this is a really fun pattern. It's made in vertical rows. You can use a directional fabric in both your number 1 and your number 2 position. And what's really, really cool is you're going to sew these together and you're going to put a sashing strip right here in between those rows. So there's no seams to match. So think about it. This is going to go together so fast. Plus, there's this nice big border that's going to show off your number 3 fabric. It is going to be spectacular to make so fast. All right, let's get it on the table. Check out some fun fall fabric.
You know, there's something about fall that is just so charming, the way we get all of these colors. And it's just right before we go into the bleakness of winter. So it's like a treat from nature that says, okay, enjoy this. It's beautiful.
It's the breath of fresh air between the sweltering heat and the freezing cold.
Yeah, which we have.
Yes. And this is such a fun
Gorgeous.
fall. Once again, these incredible spicy fall tones on a nice dark chocolate brown background, all the leaves, some acorns, some berries, so fun. Now this is our focus fabric. It's gonna go everywhere. You see, of course, the little bit darker background bird here. We're gonna alternate this in our columns with the same fabric, but on a cream background. So you're gonna have the dark background, the light background, the dark background, but these contrast so well, but the unity stays there, the consistency, because they're both the same fabric.
Yeah, it's going to look great in this
It'll
quilt.
be fantastic. Now we're going to do our sashing and border in something that I'm really starting to love lately. Whenever this first came out, I was going, I don't know about this. But you know what? As I've seen these in quilts, I am loving the plaids. I think it gives so much interest.
And movement.
So much movement, yes. And I love them. And what's great about this is you've got it in this sashing strip here, so you just get little touches in between these, and then a nice, big, beautiful section of it on the border. And I think it just works so great.
It's a perfect way to use a plaid.
Yes, it really, really is. I love the plaid on this, and then the two focus fabrics really go well together. And of course they contrast beautifully, but it's the same print, so it works. I love it.
I do too. You know, for such a simple pattern, the fabrics are just perfect to give it a lot of interest.
Yes, it really, really does. So it's so much fun. All right, let's get you the kit info. It is called Maple Waltz, and it's the lickety split pattern from the book Fast and Fun.
Now, I don't know about you, Fran, or you, our dear friends, but I'm ready to cozy up on the sofa with a cup of coffee and a quilt right now.
Perfect. I just don't know which quilt. There's so many beautiful ones to choose from.
Well, if you have fall fabrics in your stash and you need some help matching them, then be sure to watch our Matchmaker episode that pops up next.
Happy quilting!